In this video, I'm going to be checking out these 4-inch driving lights from Auxbeam. I've been staring at these plastic fog light inserts on this Forester for a while now, and thinking, I'd like to pop some lights in there someday. It would look better, and obviously you get the benefit of better visibility in bad weather. Fortuitously, Auxbeam reached out wanting to know if I wanted to check out and review any of their products. So I took some measurements and said, yes please, I'll have some of these. The actual lights I chose are the P4 series 4-inch driving lights. They come with 6 different light modes, and they looked like they would suit the Forester very well. Alright. A little snug, but hey, it works. Let's see what else we got going on in here. For you EDC dorks, Kershaw Parsec, because I'm a Star Wars nerd. Hey, a sticker. Hanging on stickers. What do we got here? Oh, okay. Instructions, more stickers. Prefab harness. And there we go. When Auxbeam reached out, I actually asked for 2 sets of these lights, just in case I wanted to add another set to another vehicle. Before I can install these lights, I'll have to remove the front bumpers so I can take out the inserts and see what I'm working with for mounting. Removing the bumper on this Forester is actually quite easy. It's just a whole lot of clips and the whole thing comes off in less than 10 minutes. This is where the factory fog light would mount to. See how it looks from this angle. That is virtually perfect. Alright, let's make some mounting brackets. With some simple brackets made, I can snug up the driving lights and see how they fit inside the bumper. I'd say that looks pretty darn good, so let's get them wired up so we can test them out. The wiring is as simple as connecting the red and black wires to the battery. Red to positive, black to negative, then plug in the lights. There's light. On. And then we have the mode button. Let's see what we got. Oh, that's... I probably will never use that. Alright, there's just plain white. And amber. And combo. Wisely, they've designed the switch portion to be on a connector, which makes it easier to pass this end through the firewall. Still going to be more difficult than if you were to run bare wires, but this will do. And we've already actually cut a spot in a grommet to run a different whatever accessory in the car. So I'm just going to find that spot, push this through, and then we'll find a spot probably, on the dashboard somewhere for the switch. The harness that comes with this kit is plug and play, ready to go. It makes it really easy to wire up, but it does mean that these lights can stay on even when the engine is turned off. To fix that, I simply wired in an additional relay that's triggered off of the Subaru's headlights so that when I turn off the key, off goes all the lights. With these lights installed, I'll turn my attention to the second set. Initially, I was going to figure out a way to mount these on the Forester as well, but after I spent some time in the coast range in the van this hunting season, I quickly decided that they would be put to much better use on the van instead. A set of ratcheting wrenches really makes this situation a lot easier when you need to get in somewhere nice and flat like the edge of this bumper, where you got to get a wrench in there. If you can have a ratchet wrench, it's a lot nicer. After mounting the lights to the bumper and wiring them up, I give them a quick aim against the garage door, positioning the hot spot of the beam below the low beams to avoid any hazardous glare for the oncoming drivers. Then it's out for a test drive to see if I like the beam positioning while sitting in the driving position. And once satisfied, and having not been flashed by other drivers, I can cinch down the adjustment bolts And that's about as quick and easy an install as you can get. Now, let's take a look at some test shots. I came down to this little park. It gets nice and dark here because the trees are really tall. I locked off the exposure on the camera so it won't compensate for any of the change in light, so we can take a proper look at these new lights. While we're rolling these test shots, let's talk about what I like and maybe things that I would change about these P4 driving lights. Let's start with some nitpicky things that I don't like as much, then get to the good points. 1. I wish there was a different way to access the strobe modes. Maybe a fast press of the on-off switch or something. That way you aren't forced to cycle through them in some situations when you simply want to change between the white, amber, and combo beam. The next one is really just a personal preference, and I completely understand why it wasn't done this way, but when it comes to the switch, I much prefer the cleaner look of a switch that installs through a hole in the dash. It does mean that you make a more permanent modification to your vehicle, but you also don't have to mess with hiding or routing an exposed wire. Also, you have a more secure mounting situation than double-sided tape. So let's get to the goods. Performance, it's great. They cast a lot of clean light. The amber mode is fantastic, and I love that it's a darker amber color than the more neon yellow, almost green color that a lot of lights throw out. It makes it feel like a really powerful halogen in this mode, and it certainly improves the visibility of the road surface in poor conditions. And as of yet, they do so without disturbing or impairing oncoming drivers' vision, which is a very good thing. Let's talk about the construction. They feel very solid, ruggedly built, waterproof. It was absolutely dumping rain the last couple weeks, and I have seen no signs of water ingress or fogging, not even rust on the hardware. Obviously, time will tell more, but right now, everything looks great. Versatility and functionality. I am really enjoying the versatility of having the two color modes in one set of lights. I like that the color can be changed with the push of a button, rather than running out and popping on a tinted lens cover. For me, I run the amber color by default, but if I switch to the white or the combo beam, it really feels like I'm just supercharging my low beams. Lastly, value. And I don't mean value as in cheap, I mean what you get for the money. These lights currently run about $100 per pair, and when you weigh that with the performance, the versatility, and the ease of use, these lights present a great value for the money. If you like to follow along with the rest of our adventures, make sure to subscribe, and to make sure you don't miss out on any other videos, click the notification bell as well.